ಬಂದಿದೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ, ಹಿರಿಯರೇ ಇತರ ರಾಜ ರಾಣಿ. ಹತ್ತೋಣ ನಾವು ಅವರ ನೆನಪಿನ ದೋಣಿ, ಕೇಳುತ್ತಾ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋಣ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ. ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋಣ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ, ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋಣ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿ. ಇದು ಹಿರಿಯರ ಕತೆ ಹಿರಿಯರ ಜೊತೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಿರಿಯರ ವಾಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರಿ, ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿರಿ.
Hello listeners, this is your RJ Panuswamy and I welcome you all to Anubhav, a joint project of National Institute of Social Defense, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India and Media for Community Foundation, implemented by Nightingales Medical Trust. Project conceived by Dr. R. Sridhar, Project Investigator Alok Verma, Coordinators Pooja, Murada, Sai Sudha, Kausalya. Government of India has initiated Elderline toll-free number 14567. Elders or anyone on behalf of elders can call between morning 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for any questions, queries and support to elderly. Never stop learning because life will never stop teaching. A famous quote in English. That is very true. Each one, be it elder or younger, have a lot to learn every day. Today, Mr. Vasanth Kumar going to narrate a story which has lessons for all of us. Please listen and enjoy. Over to Mr. Vasanth Kumar.
Dear friends, I am Vasanth Kumar here. I am a member of a Nightingale Trust. Today I would like to tell you a story. This is a true story of a loyal dog called Hachiko in Japan. The period between 10th November 1923 to 8th March 1935. It is known for faithful waiting for the return of his deceased owner for more than 9 years near a railway station until his death. Even today, one can see the bronze statue of the dog Hachiko in front of the railway station Shibuya at Japan, where he waited for 9 years. Hachiko was born on November 10th, 1923 at a farm near the city of Akita. In 1924, by name, a professor at the Tokyo Imperial University brought him to live in Shibuya, Tokyo as his pet. Hachiko would meet, at the Shibuya station every day after his commute home. This continued until May 21, 1925, when died of a cerebral hemorrhage while at work. From then until his death on March 8, 1935, Hachiko would return to Shibuya station every day to wait and to await the Yune's return at the railway station Shibuya. The story continues. When I was 6 years old, my family moved to a little house in Tokyo near Shibuya train station. One day I begged Mama to take me to meet Papa as he come home on the afternoon train. Together we walked to station. It was spring and the day was clear and cold. Businessman strode about hurrying home or to catch another train. Mama and I had stopped near the station entrance when I noticed the dog. He was sitting quietly all alone by a newspaper stand. He had a thick cream-colored fur, small pointed ears, and a broad, busy tail that curved up over his back. I wondered if the dog was a stray, but he was wearing a nice leather harness and looked healthy and strong. Just then Papa appeared, was chatting with an older man. The dog bounded over to the man, his entire body wiggling and quivering with delight. Papa introduced us to older man that works with me at a Tokyo Imperial University. What is your dog's name? I asked timidly. The dog was beautiful, but his sharp face reminded me of a wolf. I grabbed Mama's kimono and stepped behind her. Just in case, don't be afraid, said Dr. kindly. This is Hachiko. He's big but still a puppy. He walks me to the station every morning and waits for me to come home every afternoon. Hachiko stood wagging his tail next to Dr. I reached out to touch him and he bounced forward and sniffed my face. I reached out to touch Hachiko gently on the shoulder. His fur is so thick and soft, I said, like a bear. Dogs like Hachiko's once hunted bear in the north, where it is very cold and snow, said Dr. kneeling down next to me and rubbing Hachiko's ears. From that day on, I went to the station almost every afternoon, but no longer went to see trains. I went to see Hachiko. He was always there, waiting near the newspaper stand. When it was cold, I would bury my face in the thick ruff of creamy fur around his neck. One day in May, I was waiting at the station with Hachiko. The moment I saw Papa, I kept something was wrong. He was alone and he walked hunched over, staring sadly at the grey pavement under his feet. Hachiko's bright brown eyes followed us as we walked away, but he stayed behind waiting for When we got home, Papa told us that Dr. had died that morning at the university. I was stunned. But will happen to Hachiko? What will happen to Hachiko? I asked, blinking hard to keep the tears back. What will do? I don't know, said Papa. Perhaps Dr. relatives will take him. What about tonight? I asked, can we go and see if he is all right? Papa was very sad and tired, but he walked with me back to Shibuya station. Hachiko was curled up by the newspaper stand. He wagged his tail when he saw us. Papa and I gave him water in an old chipped bowl and some food. Hachiko ate and drank, but he kept looking up towards the station entrance for Dr. Papa and I left ever sadder than we had come. The next day, I went back to check on Hachiko, but he was not there. Papa told me that Hachiko had been taken several miles away to live with some of Dr. Ino's relatives. But I will never see him again. I cried. Why can't he live with us? Hachiko belongs to Dr. Ino's relatives now that Dr. Ino is dead. Hachiko is better off having a home than sitting at train station, said Papa. But Hachiko had other ideas. A few days later, he was back at Shibuya station, patiently waiting, his brown eyes fixed on the entrance. Hachiko had run back to his old home and from there to Shibuya station. Mama and Papa, let me take food and water to Hachiko every day. Other people at the station took interest in Hachiko. One day I saw an old man filling Hachiko's water bowl as Hachiko licked his hand. Are you young, Kentro? The old man asked. I nodded. I am Mr. Kobayashi. I was Dr. Yuno's gardener. Dr. Yuno told me that you and Hachiko often wait for the afternoon train together. Do you still take care of the house where Dr. Yuno lived? I asked. Yes, said Mr. Kobayashi. Hachiko comes back to the house every night to sleep on the porch, but in the morning he walks to the station just like he did with Dr. Yuno. When the last train leaves the station, he returns home. As the years passed and Hachiko got older, he became very stiff and could barely walk to Shibuya station. But he still went every day. People began collecting money to build a statue of Hachiko at the station. Papa, Mama, and I all gave money, and we were very happy when the statue was placed next to the spot where Hachiko waited for so many years. One chilly morning, I woke up to the sound of Mama crying. What's wrong, Mama? I asked as I stumbled into the kitchen. Papa sat silently at the table, and Mama turned her tear-stained face to me. Hachiko died last night at Shibuya station. She choked, still waiting for Dr. Yuno. Later that day, we went to the station. To our great surprise, Hachiko's spot near the newspaper stand was covered in flowers placed there by his many friends. Old Mr. Kobayashi was there. He shuffled over and put a hand on my shoulder. The big bronze statue of Hachiko is a very famous meeting place. Shibuya station is enormous now, and hundreds of thousands of people travel through it every day. People always say to each other, let's meet at Hachiko. Today, Hachiko is a place where friends and families, long separated, come together again. This is the end of A Faithful Dog story of the dog which is very loyal to his owner, and it waited for 9 years for waiting for his master, Dr. Yuno.
Thank you, Mr. Vasant Kumar. That was worth listening. Listeners, I hope you too felt the same. Stay tuned to Hiriyarvani for more such programs. Bye for now. Take care.